Well, here we are, episode 13 of the Craft Workshop podcast. Welcome. If you're new, I'll give you a quick introduction. My name is Dawn and I'm actually coming to you live, or not live, from my local art centre, which is based in the Netherlands, just outside of Amsterdam. And I'm very lucky to have my own little workshop, my own slice of heaven in the art centre. There's I think 55 units artists here, and it's my place where I can come and play and mess around and just generally craft to my heart's content without anybody complaining about making a mess everywhere. If you're an OG returning viewer, then you'll know all about the workshop. If you don't know where to find me already, you can find me on Instagram with at Dawn's Days, and I also run or host a really nice, it's quite small at the moment, Facebook group for all things crafty, and it's called Crafty World 1. Links to everything will be below. I won't put timestamps in, but I will link anything I show you where possible, and if I can't link it, if it's like a Dutch supplier and I know that the site's not in English, then I'll just say the name so you can do a Google search for yourself. I think that's the intros over. I've got my coffee on the go. It is not cold. It is Wednesday afternoon here, and I actually work a shorter day on a Wednesday afternoon, so I thought, you know what, I have actually got a few things to show you since the last podcast, so I'll pop on over to the workshop and just share. If you are a new subscriber, the channel is a mixture between vlogs. It did begin to show our family and friends, you know, what life in Holland was like. As I said, I'm from Manchester. My partner Lawrence is from South Africa, and we have two boys, Josh and Will, who were born here, and some fur babies, Jack and Dexter, who appear regularly in the vlogs. So the channel did start out as a vlog channel. When we're not in the current COVID situation, I do like to potter around and show everybody what life is like in Holland, not really from a touristy aspect, but yeah, what we, you know, how life is different here. And as I am an avid crafter, I decided to start doing the podcast only last year, to give myself like a dedicated outlet to share all the crafty loveliness that I've been working on or that I'm planning to do, you know, and just generally talk about crafty stuff. So I've made some notes, got my coffee, just a boring Nescafe coffee. I'm going to mention two things. As I'm in the workshop, we're not that far from the Schiphol airport, which is the Amsterdam airport. So occasionally you might hear a plane going past. And I have got an electric heater that's on a thermostat, so it might just switch itself on at any given time, but I've got an extra woolly on just in case. I can show you today. I'm going to talk about a bit of crochet, a little bit some knitting. I've got a little bit of sewing to talk to you about. I've got some incoming things, and I'll just talk about some plans that I've got for the workshop. So crochet, haven't really done much. A couple of episodes ago I did talk to you about these Animal Friends of Peek-a-Pal amigurumi toys that I became a little bit obsessed with last year, and I did cast on the pig, and I didn't do anything on him. So a couple of evenings ago I thought, you know, let me just pick him up. Now, one of the things that I have discovered with the Peek-a-Pal is not all of the patterns are written clearly, or if you follow them to the letter, they look a little bit different to the picture in the book. I've crocheted for, oh gosh, I don't even know how many years, a long time. So I'm quite comfortable at adapting patterns or thinking, actually, I don't like how that works, so I'm going to change it. So this is only as far as I've got with a little piggy. But his his little snout, when I crochet, this is the second version. When I made the first version, he was very oval in shape, and where I'd made the turn, because you have to chain on both, you have to crochet on both sides of the chain. The holes for the nostril were quite big, and on the picture I couldn't see how the embroidery would cover that up. So I thought, you know what, the picture did look like he had quite a round little snout. So I've changed the pattern slightly. You can see. I'm going to do some embroidery on there, and you know, he needs a little mouth and stuff going on, but that's as far as I've got. Very slow going. I seem to have lost my crochet at the moment. All of the amigurumi toys that I make in the Scheepjes Catona, which is it's my favourite cotton to work with, and it's also a Dutch brand, so it's quite readily available to get hold of here. And unfortunately, I haven't got the pattern number for that, so I do apologise. If you're not familiar with the channel, you'll get used to me losing ball bands all the time. So anyway, that's all I've been up to on the crochet front. I'm not sure if it was the last episode or maybe in one of the vlogmases. I talked about, I was trying to sort of push myself to start doing crochet again. And I did bring some colours to the workshop to show everybody, and I've decided I'm going to start making very slowly a willow square granny blanket. So I've only done one, again in the Scheepjes Catona, but you can see this is what the willow square granny looks like. I follow Bella Coco. It's got a great tutorial on how to do this. The only difference I do with mine is I use a magic ring. Her pattern, her tutorial on YouTube calls to crochet in, join the chain and then crochet in the chain, and I don't like that. I prefer the magic ring. But if you can't do the magic ring, yeah, the tutorial's really easy with the chain center. So I'm actually using for mine a 3.5, I don't know if you can see that on camera, 3.5mm hook, and I'm just going to keep crocheting and crocheting and crocheting, and then join them until I get some kind of blanket. But this is going to be one of these sort of mindless sofa mates that I'll probably keep up during the whole year probably. So that's all I've done on the crochet front. However, I've become a little bit obsessed with knitting since I think the end of last year. So again, if you are new, one of the I like to set myself a crafty goal each year. Last year's crafty goal was to learn to knit socks, which I finally mastered towards the end of the year, and then I've become obsessed with sock knitting. This year's crafty goal, I'll talk to you in a while, is to make myself a knitted garment. But anyway, I cracked the socks. I did show this in the last podcast. I had cast on these what you would call velvet socks. It's just a really, really simple box standard pattern. But I didn't want to do anything fancy because I wanted to show off the yarn. It's one of these self-patterning yarns. This is actually by Lana Grossa, and it's a sock wool. It's 80% wool and 20% polyamide, and it's actually called the Christmas pattern or colours. So I did a contrasting cuff and toes, not the heel, because I wanted to try and put as much as the of the pattern in there. So I finished these. Absolute joy to work with. I am definitely going to buy more of this yarn. Loved it. So I've not stopped there. Oh no, there's more. Told you, become obsessed. Just before Christmas, so in between finishing a pair of socks and waiting patiently to cast on my Christmas Eve socks, I really missed knitting socks. So I decided I have this ball of yarn in my stash for years. I don't know anything about it, the brand, I don't know what the mix is. It feels similar, 80%. I did think it was 100% wool, but it does feel there's a bit of softness to it. So I thought, you know what, now I can knit socks. It's clearly a sock yarn. I'm going to knit one up to see what it looks like. And this time I did a contrasting heel and toe. Again, vanilla sock. I like this heel flap and gusset, I think it's called. I like this method. It's really easy to do. I do mine on a magic loop socks, one at a time, and I do cuff down, in case you want to know. So anyway, I did this before Christmas, and then decided to cast on the second one. I've not got a sock blocker. There's one on the list for coming, but yeah, so now I have another pair of socks. The goal is I want to try and replace all my socks, or at least winter socks, with hand knitted woolly socks. So I have got a plan to do some knitted sock patterns. However, I have got 2 more balls of self-patterning wool. I think it's the, oh gosh, I forget the name of it now. Is it the Arnie and Carlos? I think they're, I wouldn't say Danish, they're Scandinavian men who are pattern designers. Anyway, I bought some of their special yarn in the Regia, I think it's called. When I've cast on that, I'll bring it and show you. So yeah, 2 pairs of socks. Really pleased with myself on that one. But no, it doesn't stop there with the knitting. No, no, no. So I already began with this year's crafty goal of learning to knit a garment, and I found this amazing, really, I mean, so far I'm loving this pattern. Free off Ravelry, and it's the J Sweater is the name of it, and the pattern designer is Rachel Brockman. So it's a free pattern. I mean, can you believe that? So I don't mind showing you, but I really wanted to try colourwork. I've never tried colourwork before, and I thought, you know what, I downloaded the pattern because it was free on Ravelry. I read through it. I had the stash already, so I didn't have to buy any new yarn. I didn't have the needles, but there were sizes that I thought, yeah, I need them in my sort of collection. So I did order some new needles, and anyway, I got started on it. Absolutely loving this pattern. So I can show you how far I've got on that. I think it's like a raglan sleeve. So this is obviously the ribbon is the neck, and then I'm busy with the yoke. If I can stretch it out, you can see, yeah, that's better. You can see the pattern. I am loving this pattern so much. It is, I'm not a very quick knitter. I'm not a super slow, but I'm not like a speedy knitter. So I try and just do you know, a couple of rows, and then I get like pains in my fingers, so I have to stop. And I've been knitting socks. I've been sort of picking up small projects, you know, doing a bit, putting it down. So it is going a bit slower than I would hope. However, I think if we look at the pattern, I think I'm only 10 rows off finishing the colour work, and then this is going to be straightforward stockinette. So which is actually knit stitch because I'm doing it in the round. But absolutely loving this. I haven't got the ball band, I'm afraid, because I've got, I don't know how many balls of this wool in my stash. There's a shop in the Netherlands called Zeemans, and they it's one of these you know, you can buy cleaning products, you can buy clothing, you know, you can buy toiletries, you can buy crafting supplies. It's like a sort of mishmash kind of shop, low budget, and they do lovely yarn. And in particular, they have a range of acrylic yarns. DK, it's called Royal is the brand. So I have got enough in my stash in the grey, and then the white for the accent. So I've had this stuff for years. So I thought, you know, what better way to use it than to practice making a jumper. I mean, if it works out well and I end up wearing it, then yeah, you know, I will sort of make it up in a nicer, you know, like a wool mix. But for now, I'm just enjoying this so much. If you want to begin with colour work and you're not overfaced by starting like a bigger garment, I would really recommend that, because the instructions are very clear, although I've not split for the sleeves yet, so maybe just wait for a while before you begin it. Let's see how we get on with that. I think that's everything with the knitting. How are we doing for time? I have to keep an eye on the time, because sometimes if I film, I think it's over 30 or 40 minutes, something happens with the camera, and then when I go to edit the footage later, the audio goes out of sync. So but we're doing fine. I'm racing through today, only 15 minutes in. Wow, that's not bad. What else? So yeah, that's all I've got on the hook at the moment. And with the crochet slow going, I have got a few sort of crochet things I want to start. I've got a couple of blankets in mind, even a crochet sweater. And I don't know if any of you tune into a new crochet. She's just released this colour work, like a long cardigan or a duster coat. It's stunning. I posted a picture on my Instagram of it. When she released the pattern, she only did it in a size small medium, so I thought, okay, I'll hold off, I'll wait till she releases a bigger size in that. So that's definitely on the wish list. If I can remember, I'll insert a picture here of what it looks like. I'll try and remember to do that. If you do crochet and you've done mosaic crochet before, you'll love it. It's beautiful. Okay, well, I'll stick with the yarny theme, I think. I have got a few non-yarny things related to tell you, but I've got fluff off that sweater now. I did show this. I've shown this in my Instagram, and I did show it in the vlog, but you know, not everybody watches the podcast, watches the vlog, and vice versa. So I thought, well, I'll bring it to the workshop and show you. I did a while ago, I'd hand dyed my own, I've been hand dyeing yarn for about a year now, only for myself, and mostly experimental, just to sort of get a feel for the dyeing process and the colours. Sorry, that's the heating's just come on. Sorry, what that was then. Hold on, I'm going to just turn it off. Hold on. Okay, that's better, because I've got this cardigan on. I'm not cold, so I don't need it on. Yeah, I hand dyed this. It's 75% merino, 25% nylon. I hand dyed that for myself earlier this year, and I thought I really fancy either knitting or crocheting a shawl, but I wanted a yellow to go with it, and I was hunting around for a nice yellow, and I couldn't really find any, like a hand dyed yellow that I liked. So I thought, you know what, I'll just dye my own, because I had one skein of this left. So anyway, I did show this before, but I'm showing you now. So I did hand dye my own yellow. Again, it's the 75% wool, 25% merino, and then I'd sort of grazed like this sort of brown, it's like a brick brown sort of colour through it, and these like pale lemon, dark yellow, and I don't know if you've seen this on camera, but there's also variations in the colour of this. There's some like very dark greens, dark blues. Yeah, so I thought I'll bring that to the podcast to show you. Absolutely love these, and I think they go really well together. So yeah, that's on the to-do list this year, to either knit or crochet a shawl. I'm not quite sure yet, but watch this space. So yeah, hand dye down. Okay, I'll share a little bit of sewing. If you're new, you won't know, but I have a dollhouse. It's a very, very old dollhouse. We bought it secondhand when I was on long-term sickness from work, and it's one of these projects, it needs so much doing to it. You know, it needs repairing, but also decorating and furnishing. And it's one of these projects that I said to Lawrence when he actually found it for me, even if it takes me 10-20 years to do, I don't mind. I don't want to rush it. I want to really savour and enjoy the pleasure of just making things for it. So it did appear in a few of the vlogmases, I think. There's a playlist series I've got for that. I'll try and remember to include it. And if you want to go back, you can have a look at the dollhouse. I love it completely, so much. It's one of my favourite things to look in. Even though I furnished it and I know everything that's in it, I still love peeping through the windows and pretending I didn't know it was there. Anyway, so when not long after I got the dollhouse, I decided that I wanted to try and incorporate my crafts into the dollhouse as much as possible. And one of the things, I discovered this book. It's secondhand. I got it from Amazon. I've got two. I've got one for making curtains, and I've got this carpets and rugs. The stuff that's in here is beautiful. I can't show you too much the pattern because yeah, it's paid for, but I do like to do a bit of cross stitch and needle point, and so I thought, well, I'm gonna have a go at making a rug. So I am gonna show you without showing the chart. Sorry, it's a bit crumpled. So this is the rug that I'm making. This is for the dollhouse bedroom, and this is as far as I've got with that. It is a bit wonky. I mean, obviously, you know, once I've finished it, I'll block it, and you know, I'll put a backing on it, like a felt backing. But oh, I absolutely love the effect on this. It's very fiddly to do because it's not a cross stitch. It's tent stitch. So if you do cross stitch, the urge to sort of make a cross is really strong, so you have to stop yourself. But I've got a whole sort of range of subtle DMCs that I bought when we could still go shopping from my local sewing shop. So yeah, absolutely loving working this at the moment. And again, you know, even if I just do like 10 minutes on it a couple of times in the week, it's fine. There's no rush on it. But yeah, that's my little sewing thing I've been working on. I'm just mindful of the time. Okay, just restarted the video just to be on the safe side. One of the other things that I did share this on the last podcast with you, but I decided I wanted to start doing using my Tinkerpad, which is like a bullet journal. I'm not really journaling as such, but I wanted a nice place to sort of doodle and, you know, record things. So this is my Tinkerpad. I've had this years, and it even had 2019 in it, which I've just stuck some paper over it to make it 2021 and beyond. And I bought some very cheap gel pens. One of the things I thought would be fun to do, at the beginning of lockdown, I planted seeds, mainly vegetables, and they appeared in the vlog. And you know, it was really fun to watch things growing, and I thought, you know what, I really enjoyed that experience so much, I'm going to plant seeds again, just in pots. I don't want a big flower bed or anything like that. But one of the things I did is I drew this like a little planting schedule. So these are what I plan to plant and the months of the year, and then if it's orange, when you should plant them, and when it's green, when they're ready for harvesting. So that was quite fun to do. And then the other thing which I started doing, so in the YouTube Creator Studio, which when you have a channel you get access to, you have all dashboards and reports, and you can monitor things, and which is nice. But I thought that it might be a nice fun thing to do to monitor the growth of the channel. So I've done this little sort of overview, and then I'll jot down the number every month, and then I'll make a little chart or something. I thought that's quite fun, because when the channel first started, I think I had like 30 something friends and family tuned in, and then I could never imagine, it would get to like 100, and then as it's growing, and it's like, oh, I wish I could remember when it started growing, so anyway, that's what I'm doing. The other thing I really want to do, I haven't put anything in it yet, is because I'm really into the knitted socks now, I want to keep some kind of diary, keep track of stuff. I'm going to keep, where possible, if I haven't lost them already, the ball bands, maybe a little snipping of the yarn, and maybe a photo of them. I thought that'd be really fun to do. And you know, write notes. I do have like a recipe now of you know, how to make my favourite vanilla socks, you know, what works for me, so I should write that down. So I thought that would be really nice. So anyway, I haven't done much in it. I'm not forcing myself to use it, but I've took the plunge. I've started jotting things down. I've got a whole lot of other ideas for the pad, you know, that I want to record or capture throughout the year. So anyway, if I do anything fun with it, I'll let you know about that. And I think that's it with all the makes. Yeah. I have got a couple of incoming things that I wanted to share with you. One of the things I decided to do, so I've never done like a yarn club. This Christmas gone was the first time I'd ever done a yarn advent, and I really enjoyed the process so much. Karen, my friend Karen, she runs the Stitches and Jacks podcast, she actually shared this yarn. I think she had the advent from them in Vlogmas, and I really liked the yarn so much that I actually went and subscribed to the sock club. Well, I think, okay, I'll tell you what it is first. So I bought the yarns. It's called it's the company's Telling Yarns, and the club is the Goblet of Fire, which if you're not familiar, is a Harry Potter book. And she's done, it's a 6-month subscription, and the colourways are all representative of that book. And so what happened is, when I saw Karen shared her lovely yarns from the advent, I thought I'm going to place an order, and I reached out to the owner. She's a lady called Beth, who does have a podcast channel on YouTube, incidentally, if you want to go and check her out. And you know, I asked her for her advice, and she said, oh, you know, I was her first international customer, so we wasn't sure about, you know, the shipping, and then with the whole Brexit situation. So she asked me if it would be okay if she sent me the 6-month in 2 parts, and I said, well, I really love the colours, so I will commit to that, it's fine. So anyway, they arrived, so I've got the first 3, and I checked with Beth. I'm not giving away any spoilers, because she said the yarn club is, you'll get all 6 of the colourways. They're all on her website, so you can see them for yourself anyway. So I said, you know, do I have to show them in a particular order? Because in effect, I've got January, February, March in front of me. And she said, no, it was fine. So I thought, you know what, I'll share all 3 of them with you in one go, and I'll tell you the names. So this is the Telling Yarn ball band, and this is beautiful shades of greens and blues. If you're a Harry Potter fan, this colourway is called the Dark Mark. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and I was like, oh yeah, I can see it. I would really call it the Dark Mark. And also green, it's one of my favourite colours, so absolutely thrilled with that. Then the other one that I wouldn't have gone for this colour myself, but when I opened it, I was like, oh, it's really nice. I just wouldn't have chosen it though myself, but I love it. It's really beautiful. This one is called Malfoy. So if you look, it's got some speckling in it. The reason I say I wouldn't have necessarily chose it, it's got like some neon shades in it. But it's beautiful. I mean, her blending, her colour blending it's very nicely done. In case you're interested, this is 100% superwash merino, single ply sock weight. I can't remember why I chose that base. This is my favourite one. And actually, this is the one that I saw on the website that was like, oh, I really wanted that skein. This one's called aboard the Hogwarts Express. I mean, look at that. Isn't that just a beautiful combination of colours? You know, it's got all these sort of rich, earthy, rusty reds, greens. You know, I'm absolutely thrilled. This is my favourite. Then the Dark Mark, then the Malfoy. But all three of them are beautiful. Anyway, in the Yarn Club, you also get membership for the duration. So I've got a 6-month membership. Not sure how I would benefit from that because I'm Beth's first and maybe only international customer so far. But I imagine if you're in the UK, this will be beneficial for you because then it's one of the perks of the membership is free postage and packing. So it would be worth doing that. And then you also get some discounts and stuff. So sorry, the heater's come on again. I'm not turning it off again. Let me see. What did I want to tell you? If you want to order this colourway, it's the Goblet of Fire. It doesn't say actually. I think I ordered. Let me see. Vibrant, exactly. So this is the Goblet of Fire Yarn Club in the Vibrant colourway, and as I said, this is the single ply 100% merino sock weight that I've gone for. One of the things she gives you on the back of this card, is so there's 12 colourways in the Goblet of Fire collection. I've only got 6, but on the there's a blurb. I'm not going to show you because it's got membership numbers and stuff on it, but on the back of it she gives you all the colourways in the series, and in that order there's a fade to it which looks amazing. So obviously I don't have the full series, but you know, I imagine it'll look amazing. I mean, I'll read some of them out. For the Love of Ginny, and she tells you what from the book what the illustration page is. Swedish Short Snout, it's one of the dragons. The Pensieve, Beaubaton, I don't know what that one is. Port Key, Molly at the Burrow, Aboard the Hogwarts Express, which is this one, the Dark Mark, this one, Malfoy, this Quidditch World Cup, Yule Ball, and Rita Skeeter. Don't they sound fun? So anyway, when I get the next batch, I'll share that with you. Go and check it out. So the other incoming thing is, oh yeah, I'm going to tell you about this. So because I really enjoyed the colour work from the sweater, and I was talking to Jeanette from Crafty Creations about this, who's one of my loveliest bestie friends. I adore Jeanette, and she said, I was having a really off day the other day, and I hadn't said anything to Jeanette, and then she's just randomly said, I'm gonna, we were talking about colour work, and she said, oh, I'm going to gift you something. And next minute, a pattern arrived that she bought for me. And then we were chatting, and I was saying, oh, Jeanette, I'm having such a bad day. I was on it was actually Blue Monday, if you know what that is. And so I don't know, she's like telepathically knew I was having a rubbish day. So she's gifted me this beautiful cowl. It's called the Whoopsie Daisy Cowl by Charlotte Stone from Stone Knits. Isn't that lovely? Again, very simple colour work. It's got the daisy, and I don't know if you can see, they've got like little green leaves on it. So it looks like there's either 3 or 4 colours in there. I mean, when I opened it, I was like, oh, that's amazing. So that's one of the things. It's an incoming because it's a gift, but this is going to be a future whip. So yeah, thrilled with that. Thank you, Jeanette, if you're watching. Oh, I was so thrilled with it. Then there was one other thing. Okay, shall I do it in this order? Yes, I will. I'm going to, okay, so because I'm going to tie in a yarn. So another incoming thing, I shared this in the last vlog, but some of you might not watch the vlog. One of the plans for this workshop this year is I've got a corner here, just to my right, under the eaves. I'm in the roof space here at the art centre. Is I want to set up a little dyeing station, so I can start hand dyeing my own yarns. And it's the intention is it's a little hobby that will pay for itself. So I'm not, you know, it's not going to be, I'm not launching some big hand dyeing business. You know, it's definitely going to be enjoyment, and yeah, if it pays for itself, that's going to be great. So as I said, I did have blanks of these. I ran out of these. I bought these online from the UK, and because of the whole Brexit thing, I have been searching for a more local supplier for a while now. Anyway, I had my own on a supplier in Germany for quite a while, and I took the plunge and I finally ordered the skeins, and my gosh, I'm so thrilled with them. I mean, it's beautiful. This is so soft. I don't know, it feels like butter. It's got such a beautiful texture to it. So again, this is 75% superwash merino and 25% polyamide or nylon, and sheep's wool, and it's sock yarn, obviously, and I've ordered a big pile of this stuff. So watch this space, because I am going to be hand dyeing yarn. I'm waiting on some supplies to come through. We're currently in lockdown at the moment, so I need a workbench to go here, and you know, I wanted to get that from the Kringlow, because if you can see this cupboard behind me, I painted that. Everything that's painted in the workshop is what I've done. I'm really a big fan of chalk paint and, you know, paint effects and stuff. So thought, well, I want to get a second hand, a Kringlow or a charity shop, thrift store workbench, a set of drawers, anything at a good height, and then I also get the pleasure of painting it, and then I'll get to use it for the dye station. So watch that space. Really excited about that. Okay, couple more things I'm just going to share with you quickly. Is I've got some make alongs or crochet alongs or something alongs to share with you. Some of them I'm sort of indirectly linked to them, if that makes sense. So one of them, some of them I would urge you to check them out quite quickly, because some of them are only running until the end of January, what I'm going to mention now. So go ahead and check that out if you want, if you're interested. So getting back to my socks, I watch lovely Christine from Sweet Lavender Knits. She's actually a podcaster in Canada, and Christine is running a sock along. If you complete at least one sock, you can enter her sock along, and she's got some really nice prizes. She's having a prize draw. I think that runs until the end of January. So if you're interested in going checking out Christine's podcast, or she's Sweet Lavender Knits on Instagram, I'll put everybody's hashtags and links below, so don't worry about finding them. And her hashtag on Instagram, if you want to enter, is Sweet Lavender Sock Along. So I'll put it all below. So I've entered my Christmas ones, and now I've finished my green ones. I'm going to enter them, and I think it's really fun. I love entering like make alongs and sock alongs, because occasionally I have won prizes from them in the past. The other thing is, it's a giveaway. Lovely Ruth, my friend Ruth, has just put out her second podcast. Ruth is an amazing knitter. She does a lot of test knitting for designers, and my gosh, I mean, she's really fast at knitting, but she does beautiful intricate colour work, and you know, she's really doesn't give herself enough credit actually for the quality of her knitting. It's beautiful. Anyway, Ruth is she's started podcasting, and in her second podcast she announced a giveaway. So a lovely pattern designer watched Ruth's podcast and has decided to donate a couple of her patterns. So I'm not going to tell you more. Go and check out Ruth's channel and enter her giveaway. Might win yourself a free pattern. Ruth was very, very complimentary about this pattern designer, so have a look at that. The other sort of make along is Angela, lovely Angela, who's knitting at the farm. She's also hosting a make along or a crochet or along or a knit along, and that's it's a way of sort of you know, getting on top of your like Christmas gifting. So if you join in with the along, it helps you sort of plan your Christmas knitting or Christmas crochet, and yeah, not feel sort of rushed and stressed in November trying to knit 20 cows for friends and neighbours. So if you want to check out Angela's along, I don't know what to call it, make along. It's Gifting Through the Year 2021. Angela's also got a podcast. Her channel is Knitting at the Farm and Knitting on the Farm, and she's also on Instagram. Again, links below. So I think you've got the whole year for Angela. So I think it's such a nice idea. If you already commit to joining in, then you're more likely to get on top of all your gift making, really, aren't you? There is one other make along that I've entered. This is a lady, I don't know her, I've only recently discovered her, and I've recently discovered her because Jeanette is joining in. It's a lady, she runs, I think she's got a YouTube channel. I've followed her from Instagram and Ravelry, and she's called, I forget her name now. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's Garlene or Garlane. I don't know how you pronounce it. But she's called Kitchen Sink Shop on Instagram. And she's doing something called a year of dishcloths. And you get, if you sign up to her newsletter, then you get, each month you get a dishcloth pattern, knitted pattern. And you can knit yourself a whole load of dishcloths. So anyway, I signed up. And because Jeanette's doing it, that's how I discovered it. And this is the first pattern. It's actually, there was something wrong with the newsletter subscription or something. So this is actually free on Ravelry right now if you want to grab yourself one. This is the first one. It's called Icicles Dishcloth. And I have got absolutely loads of the Scheepjes Catona, loads of this stuff. I've got like scrappy half balls, and I thought that would be a really nice way of using my cotton scraps up, and also get a load of dishcloths that, you know, are reusable. Won't that be nice? So that's fun. If you you can knit them, and then you use the hashtag, and then you can see what everybody else has been making. You can follow that. So that looks really good fun. Okay, one last thing. I think I forgot to mention this in the last podcast. I think I might have forgotten, but anyway, I'm going to mention it now. Up to Christmas Eve, Jeanette and I hosted a make along together on Instagram, and it was called Xmas Baubles 2020, and it was just a bit of fun, you know. Encourage everybody to make a crochet or knitted bauble, but you could really crochet or knit anything Christmassy. It was we left it wide open for cheaters, and you know, you could lobby yours, and it was just all done for fun. Anyway, on Instagram we did announce the winners on Christmas Eve, and I think I forgot to mention it on the podcast, and I have spoke about the make along for months and months last year, so I thought, you know, let me just announce who the winners are, and you can go and check them out on Instagram, see what they made. So the first one is Lisa Pine Notes. Lisa also has a YouTube channel. She has a beautiful dragonfly granny square, her own pattern tutorial on her channel. Go and check that out. Lisa did a really nice Christmas bauble. She made several actually, but the one that swung it was I think it was like a blue penguin. It was really cute. And then the other one is also on Instagram, because it was an Instagram competition, of course, is Sarah Jo Makes, also beautiful Christmas bauble. So those ladies, I think Jeanette's sending Sarah's prize out, because I think Sarah's in the UK. And I said, well, I'll send Lisa's out. But we're having major difficulties with the postal service in Holland at the moment because of the COVID situation. So I did say to Lisa and Sarah that, you know, there'll be a delay. Don't expect to get the prize, you know, right now, because I've got quite a few things that are coming from overseas into Holland that it's like 7 or 8 weeks later and they've not appeared. So I want to wait for the postal service to get going again. But anyway, I'm not going to share it because it's a surprise, but I do have the prize here right next to me. So Lisa, if you're watching, you'll have to wait and see. When I do post it, I'll let you know, Lisa. And I think that's everything that I wanted to share with you. So news-wise, this afternoon, and literally an hour before I left work, there was, you know, one of these government press calls. I won't go into too much detail, but a week ago, the Dutch cabinet walked out. They resigned. So at the moment, we are cabinetless in the Netherlands. However, the Dutch Prime Minister has decided to stay on as caretaker until a new cabinet is elected. I don't really know. However, he's got two things he's going to take care of. They walked out because of a benefit scandal, a childcare benefit scandal. I don't know if it's also something to do with COVID and they just couldn't cope at the state the country's in. But he has stayed on as a caretaker Prime Minister. Rutte is the Prime Minister, if he is that at the moment, the caretaker. He held a press conference today. As of today, the Netherlands is, not only are we in lockdown, national lockdown, since way before Christmas now, we're also in tighter lockdown. So the restrictions are now, we were allowed 2 people in your home, now it's only 1. And now we have a curfew until the 9th of February. So from 8:30 in the evening until 4:30 in the morning, nobody's allowed out. If you are out and about, you need a certified letter from, I don't know who, maybe your employer, and it will be followed up. Fines are going to be issued. You can walk your dog alone on a leash. So even if you go to a designated, like a free area for dogs that they can run around freely, it's not allowed. They have to be on a leash. And all sports. The younger children, their sports training had just started opening up. That's all come to a standstill. So yeah, it's getting quite tough here. Vaccinations have started, although I think we were one of the last countries in Europe to begin with our vaccination program. But yeah, it's quite tough at the moment. I mean, it's not so much for the older ones because Lawrence and I, we don't leave the house in the evening anyway. So, I just sit on the sofa and knit my sweater and watch Netflix. But for the kids, especially at the weekend, they have been seeing a very, very small group of friends, which is allowed or has been allowed. And now from 8:30 it's complete lockdown. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. We've got a few weeks of it, so fingers crossed it does the trick, and we start seeing the numbers improving, and hopefully it gets us out of this horrible situation sooner than later. So anyway, on that cheerful note, I'm really sorry about that, but I thought it was good to let you know what's going on in the Netherlands at the moment. I'm going to sign off here. If you did enjoy the podcast and you want to be a regular to join us, there's a notification bell. Sometimes it appears on the top of the screen and sometimes it appears below. It depends on if you're watching on your phone or on a laptop or on a tablet. But there is a bell somewhere. If you click on that, every time I upload something, you'll be notified. I try and upload like a vlog style video every Sunday morning, and then the podcast, at least once a month I try and get a podcast out, and when I've got enough things to talk about, if I've been crafty enough. If you've got any questions, leave a comment below. I read every single comment. I try and respond to all of them. Talk amongst yourselves. I see some of you guys chattering away with each other, and you know each other now. So I love that there's like a little community of you guys as well. It's really nice because, when I'm talking to you, especially in the vlog, because the vlog's way more sort of waffly and day-to-day, routine stuff, I'm talking to my friends, you know, you guys, you're my mates. So it's nice that you chat amongst yourselves as well. So at that point, I'm just going to wrap up. I hope you're all well. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you did like today's podcast and you're not subscribed, I would love it if you could hit the subscribe button. That would be amazing. Even a like, hit the thumbs up, that would also be amazing. And the notification bell would just be the cherry on the topping. Take care. I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye.